What are we doing?
Burning, I guess. We're going to keep on keeping on. And on that note, dear listener, welcome to the Savor the Burn podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan. Across the table from me is the yet still amazing Mr. W2.
Good evening.
And tonight we're going to try the Balcones Texas 1 Single Malt Whiskey. So from what I can see in the glass, I do see a couple of bubbles. Makes me wonder if it's really 106 proof.
Maybe it's just how I poured it.
Who knows? They're gone now. Looks thick. And what all can you tell us about it?
This is another one of their single malt whiskeys. This one is titled Texas Number 1 Single Malt Whiskey. The category on this one, though, is American whiskey. Mm-hmm. Once again, from Texas, the distillery, Balcones, no age statement.
Again with the no age statement.
Yep. And we are at 106 proof. I seem to remember digging into the history of this distillery, and if I remember correctly, this is the distillery that is in a former machine shop underneath a bridge, and I know that there's some connection with...
There's a machine shop and they did a bunch of welding or something?
Yes.
Or like it was welders that came together to make this?
Mm-hmm. And then there's some connection to whiskey from the UK, which is why they have elected, in this case, to spell whiskey with just the Y.
Okay.
But I don't remember the specific on that one.
Right before I asked you to tell us a little bit about it, I snuck a little bit of a sniff on the nose, and it's sweet as can be.
Yeah.
The color says rich mahogany, and I would call it like a dark honey, medium to dark amber.
Rich mahogany.
Rich.
There's definitely some fruit on the nose.
Definitely sweet fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And like a deep, like a dried fruit.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's got plenty of vanilla. You can kind of smell a little bit of oakiness in there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to reset my nose. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Much like the lineage.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty going on here. Honey sweet on the nose.
Let's get it. Definitely a little bit hotter.
Yeah, a little bit hotter on the palate.
A little bit more wood. Expected.
Yeah, the oakiness right up front is there. It meets you. That's
there's kind of a burnt toffee, maybe.
Yeah, this is something. There's even a little bit of a light oakiness on the palate or on the finish with that overarching sweetness, so that honey sweet over the whole thing. The entire tasting, there's a honey sweetness to it from nose to finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, like we just talked about the machine shop, but it's like there was something on the palate that tasted like machine shop smoke. Like just machinery air. You know, if you've ever been around it in a metal machine milling, you know, any of those fabrication shops, it's like with hot metal being welded or whatever. There's a little bit of a flash of a taste of that, at least to me. It could have been something from Taco Bell earlier.
Oh, I just got kind of a, I don't know. It's kind of a caramel apple. Kind of, I forget what it was. We tasted something that we described it as that kind of pie crust. Where you get a little bit of your fruit filling or whatever up on the crust of it.
I remember talking about that.
And then it burns a little bit. I kind of got a little bit of that.
Yeah. This is like accidentally overcooked your favorite pie in the oven, but you're gonna eat it anyway because like your mama didn't raise no punk. And the proof being at 106, it's you would expect it to assault you more.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
No, not at all.
It definitely grabs you by the front of the shirt and says, "Listen here, we're gonna have a good time whether you want to or not." It's good.
It's a nice winter sweater. I mean, it just kind of warms the throat a little bit.
It works.
Bundling it up, wrapping that scarf around your neck.
It's like a nice warm winter sweater from a man.
Don't forget your scarf and gloves, Johnny.
Yeah. Stay bundled up. Nose. I'll give that a secret number. Palate. I'm going to stick with that secret number. Finish was not as complex as the palate was. It was pretty much 2, maybe 3 tastes. Like you said, the baked goods, pie, not cake, or breads, but like the pie, baked goods, meats, honey sweet, and a little bit of oak. I hear you, Ozzy. What's up, little buddy? Are you being a good boy? Well, hell. I don't know what Flavier has this price and listed out for, but it could be, 65, 70.
66.
66?
66.99, so 67.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
No, I really, I hadn't really noticed it before, but I really like that wax seal on the bottle. I think that's a cool little touch.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's hard to see, even zoomed in on the picture on Flavier's website, but that little shape in the middle of that wax seal is the Balcones logo.
Yeah, it is.
That's their logo. Yep.
Oh, up there on the top? Okay. Looks a little bit different on their website versus, zoomed way in here on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, what you can't hear is that we're on our phones trying to figure out what this damn thing looks like. Because with the taster boxes from Flavier.com, and if you want to check it out, go to savortheburn.com/shop. Click the very first thing in the shop, which is Flavier. It's our affiliate link. And if you sign up, you get a free bottle. And if you get a free bottle, we get a free bottle. Everybody gets a free bottle. No, not everybody. But you could end up getting this as a free bottle if they have it available. But we're just trying to look up and see what the bottle looks like, because they sent us the sample bottles in a Balcones
there you go.
flight.
Check that out. That's their logo.
There we go. And all that's on a little wax seal.
Not really sure what exactly that is.
I don't either.
But
look like
cool.
lipstick smudge or something.
Oh, we do have a couple comments.
Yeah, what do we got?
Well, let's see. Jim says they are all good, but Lineage is my favorite. I think you read that one earlier. And then Tanner says the first guild pick was the first True Blue cask strength in Missouri. So the True Blue is another one of their, I think that's their corn whiskey.
Oh. Balcones True Blue?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
We're not trying yet.
We are not. Maybe one day, but definitely not yet. This will be the third that we've tried.
Yeah. So what'd you get on the nose?
On the nose, I gave it a 4.5.
You gave the other one a 4.5.
I did.
All right. I'm not really sure why I came down just a little bit, so it was just an even 4.
Even 4? Yeah, the other one you gave a 4.75.
4.25.
4.25. What the hell? In my mind, 0.25 was there, but my mouth said 3/4 instead of whatever. Anyway, on the palate, I gave it a 4.5. How about you?
4.5. Yep.
Finished 4.5?
Finish was 4.5.
We meet again. Bottle presentation?
Left it at a 4.
Left it at a 4. I left it at a 3.5.
as I zoomed in and got a little bit crisper view of the bottle, I think I would have easily could have bumped that up to a 4.25 maybe, but I just left it at a 4
on the bottle presentation.
Bottle presentation,
Okay.
but
I could have bumped mine up, but if I bumped this one up, I'd have to go back and bump up the other one.
So I just left it.
Just leave it at the first impression.
But because of math, this one came out to 8.5 also.
Hey, that's where I'm at, 8.5.
Not too shabby.
Well, the way I see it, 106 proof never felt so smooth. Upon first taste, we said this Texas 1 single malt whiskey is not too shabby. Yeah, I would. If you got a friend or a loved one that enjoys a deeply flavored and well balanced, smooth, sweet on the palate, actually on the nose, palate, and finish whiskey, I would highly recommend checking out the Balcones. Balcones. How is it pronounced?
Balcones?
Balcones. Texas #1 single malt whiskey.
I don't know if we read this or not, but the flavor palette on this says full-bodied and silky smooth. Dark toast with sweet butter and orange marmalade.
Huh.
I don't know if I quite got a full orange, but there's definitely fruit on the palate.
Definitely fruit. And marmalade, yeah.
I could see that.
And sweet butter, I would put that in there too.
Yep.
On the nose, baked stoned fruit with pear and banana. I think we called that. I think you said banana.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never guessed pear because it's not on my radar ever. Finished? Did you already read?
I did not.
Long and balanced with toasted caramel and baking spice.
I think that kind of goes along with the pie crust.
Yeah. Yeah, the orange marmalade that got a little too baked on the crust. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it. We both gave it an 8.5. Do you have any closing thoughts on this one?
Another success.
Yeah. I would wholeheartedly agree with that. It's another success. So far, we've tried 3 offerings from Balcones, and none of them have disappointed. We've walked in with no expectations. So we really had no setup to be disappointed.
Right.
But we both agree that these are on the better side of extra, or on the low side of great, but on the upper side of good, with an 8.5 rating, if that makes any sense. And dear listener, if you want to know what we're talking about, if you want any more information, you can always go to savortheburn.com/liquor cabinet. And if you just want to go to savortheburn.com, you can click the drop-down menu and click liquor cabinet. And you'll see every bottle of, every offering that we've tried. You can read our thoughts, our ratings on them, and there'll be a link where you can go straight to the distiller's website, and you can read up even more if you want. And if you're interested in getting a bottle of this, please hop over to savortheburn.com/shop, click on the Flavier link, sign up for Flavier, or just go to Flavier and buy the bottle. You will get shipping costs, from what I remember, but if you want to waive the shipping fees and get a free bottle of whiskey, a free bottle of something, you can sign up for the for Flavier subscription, and you get a free bottle, we get a free bottle. But
it's a win-win.
Yeah, it's definitely a win-win. And keep an eye on the cocktails page. It's always evolving, always changing, recently updated, and it looks really cool. You just mouse over the pictures, and it gives you the name of the cocktail. If you click on the cocktail picture itself, it takes you right to the whole recipe and the instructions on how to put it all together. And it's like a sore dick. You can't beat it.
So I did a little digging, and I found our notes on the Balcones rye.
Okay.
The Balcones Texas rye. That was a 100 proof. That was a 1-year aged rye whiskey. And that was one on the nose. There was cocoa, pepper, espresso, hints of chocolate. On the palate, silky espresso, tobacco, more chocolate, mint. Pepper and oak.
Creamy character and the sweetness of orchard fruits. The finish, a robust mint finish with hints of dry oak and cedar.
Yeah, and here we go. 10 years ago, Balcones was a tiny startup distillery in an old welding shop under a bridge in Waco, Texas.
Oh, shit. Waco, Texas.
After it was all refurbished and equipped with copper pot stills from Portugal. That's right. I do remember that now. A new shiny whiskey distillery was born. The magic could start.
It's weird that it would say it's a 1 year old. I mean, if it's... Because it on the palate, it's every bit 8 year.
Yeah.
You know, if I compare it to Jim Beam Black, Jim Beam Black was an 8 year.
Well, and you look at the color alone.
And the color, too. Yeah. But, I mean, we're not comparing apples to oranges here. Apples to, like a Mount Washington to a Fiji, I guess, when you're comparing two of the same distillery. But these offerings from Balcones are top notch. I don't know what the hell they're doing down there in that welding shop in Texas, in fucking Waco, Texas, of all places. But they're kicking names and taking ass.
I agree completely.
So, dear listener, thank you for listening to this episode of the Savor the Burn podcast. Thank you for following along on all of our social medias, including and limited to. That was funny. Including and limited to Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. I don't know why I was blanking on Instagram there for a second, but thank you again for checking out savortheburn.com and all the cool things going on there. And lastly, thank you for listening to us. We love your feedback. Definitely send us some feedback, especially if you're listening on Spotify. There's a little button to click. It says leave a voice message, and you can leave a voice message right there from the app. It costs you nothing. Do it.
Do it.
Anyway, so until then, no matter who you are, what you are, this year for Halloween, where you are, who you're hanging out with, always remember,
keep on burning.